Migrating your firm's data can feel overwhelming, but with LexWorkplace, it doesn't have to be. Here at Uptime, we've helped hundreds of law firms switch to the cloud smoothly, confidently, with expert support along every step of the way. But it doesn't matter what you're coming from, whether it's NetDocs, Worldox, Dropbox, Google Drive, or even your flat file server. We can take that data and fit it into LexWorkplace. Each platform is a little different, so we tailor our client experience to fit your firm exactly as needed. Let's go through the migration process and what it might look like. The first step would be the discovery call. With the discovery call, we try to get an understanding of what your firm is currently working with, where you're coming from, and what your data looks like. This call can last a long time or a short time, depending on what we're working with. Once we've learned all of those things, we can then move on to the data prep. This is a very case-by-case scenario where some firms have very firm folder structures where they know exactly what they have and where they have it and what they're looking for. Other firms are a little more loose and things are changed based on the attorney that's working with them and made it a little more customization to fit into LexWorkplace. Once that's complete, we have the planning and data collection, where we build a migration plan specifically for you. This will fit the firm's needs and gather everything needed for a clean transition. This step can take us a couple days, depending on how much data we have to go through and exactly what needs to be done to fix that data. Following that, we have the launch weekend, where we'll take a weekend chosen by the firm. Starting on a Friday, we will start uploading the data that we've gathered from your current situation. And as it uploads, it will run throughout the weekend, usually leading into Monday. On Monday, we finish the transition by running through a training of LexWorkplace with all the users at the firm, getting them up to speed with the new platform. On the new platform, you've got a few things to work through, such as finding the location of your documents, getting more familiar with navigating the website, and learning how to use things efficiently. Once that's all done, you've got a couple days of support with your project tech. That project tech will assist you and the users at the firm with getting things up and running. Once the training is complete, you'll have post-migration support. This is your dedicated project manager's days to work with the firm directly instead of going to the help desk. This will allow you to work with someone who you've been getting to know throughout the whole process to allow you to more quickly get assisted and familiar with the new product. Once you're completed with those few days of post-migration support, you'll go on to our regular help desk, who is very knowledgeable and understands the program in and out. As a real-world example, we have a recent firm who was onboarded with roughly 17 users and around 500 gigabytes of data. They came from Worldox. To complete this migration, we collected the information on their current Worldox situation, where it was located on their server, and then we set up a day to do this migration. The planning days were very smooth. They went through and provided the documentation from their current Worldox. We then used that to plan out the import of the LexWorkplace data. On the launch Friday, we started the data upload and imported the data and let it run over the weekend. We came back in on Monday to see the import had completed successfully, and we went through their training, and they were up and running early on Monday with no disruptions to the firm's day-to-day work. So in the end, don't let anything hold you back from moving to LexWorkplace. We know that those migrations can be difficult and challenging, but we are here to help make that an easy case for you. Switching to LexWorkplace is a simple, guided, and stress-free experience, just like we've done for hundreds of other firms. Hopefully, I'll get to speak with you myself, as I am one of the project managers here at Uptime. I have been here for 10 years and worked with many firms and onboarded them to the LexWorkplace system. Talk to you soon.